The universe. Billions of galaxies suspended in an infinite void, and among those galaxies, a small blue dot, Earth. What makes this planet different from the rest? Life. But how did this astounding complexity, this dizzying diversity, this miracle we call life? Today, we will take a journey to the very depths of the cell, to the origin of life. We will question the claims of the theory of evolution, not with faith alone, but with science itself. Because our Creator calls to us, indeed in the creation of the heavens and the earth, and in the alternation of night and day, are signs for those of understanding. Part 1. The miracle molecule, the impossibility of proteins. Right now, trillions of chemical reactions are taking place inside your body. Your breathing, your thinking, your sight, all of these depend on microscopic machines called proteins. Proteins are the workers of life. And what are these workers made of? Smaller molecules called amino acids. In nature, there are 20 fundamental amino acids. For a protein to function, hundreds, sometimes thousands of these amino acids must be joined together in the exact sequence and with the correct type of bond. Here we encounter the first insurmountable obstacle for evolution: probability. According to the theory, within some primordial soup of the early Earth, these amino acids randomly combined to form the first protein. Let's look at what that claim actually means scientifically. A typical protein contains about 300 amino acids. Given that there are 20 types of amino acids, the number of possible combinations in a chain of 300 is 20 to the power 30. That number is trillions of trillions times greater than the number of atoms in the entire universe, 10 to the 80. This is not a coincidence. It is quite literally an impossibility.
Furthermore, it is not enough for the amino acids to be in the right sequence. They must also be connected only by a specific chemical link called the peptide bond. Any other kind of bond would render the protein instantly useless. And there is yet another barrier. Amino acids exist in two mirror image forms, known as left-handed and right-handed, just like left and right gloves. Yet astonishingly, every single protein in living organisms is made exclusively of left-handed amino acids. Random chemical processes, however, always produce a 50-50 mixture of both. So the evolutionary process of random chance must somehow overcome trillions of simultaneous impossibilities. Only the correct 20 amino acids must be selected. They must be arranged in the exact correct order. They must all be linked only by peptide bonds. And all of them must be left-handed without exception? The renowned evolutionary biochemist Professor Robert Shapiro, after calculating these probabilities, described the chance of a single protein forming by accident as an astronomically small, virtually zero probability. It is less likely than a tornado sweeping through a junkyard and accidentally assembling a fully functional Boeing 747. Rhetorical question. If we know a jet plane could never arise by chance, how can the human mind accept that something infinitely more complex, like a single protein, did? Part 2. The problem of information, the seal in DNA. If a protein is a machine, then it needs a blueprint, a set of instructions telling it how to be built. That blueprint is found in the nucleus of the cell, the DNA. DNA is a digital code written with a 4-letter chemical alphabet, A, T, C, and G. It is a library of information. The data contained in human DNA could fill thousands of volumes of encyclopedias. Now pause and reflect. Can information ever arise by chance? Imagine walking along a beach and seeing the words, "Help me," written in the sand. Would you think the wind and the waves produced that message by random motion? Of course not. You would instantly infer intelligence and purpose. Experience has taught us a universal truth. Information always comes from an intelligent source. The theory of evolution, however, claims that the immense information in DNA arose through natural selection and random mutations. In other words, through trial and error. But mutations are nothing more than random copying errors in the DNA, like random letter changes in a book. Over 99% of mutations are harmful, the rest are neutral. No observation in history has ever shown a mutation that adds new, meaningful information, such as the blueprint for a new functional protein. Random errors do not improve an encyclopedia, they only destroy it. And here we meet the chicken and egg paradox that evolution can never solve. DNA requires proteins, enzymes, to be read and copied. But those very proteins can only be produced by the information stored in DNA. Neither can exist without the other, so which came first? This system could never evolve step by step. Both must exist simultaneously in perfect harmony from the very beginning. This is what scientists call irreducible complexity, and what believers recognize as the seal of the one Creator. Indeed, we have created everything according to a measure. Al-Qamar 49. Part 3. The Qur'anic Perspective. Kun fayakun. Be, and it is. When science reaches the limits of explaining how, faith reveals to us who. The theory of evolution builds life upon the notions of chance and struggle. The truth of creation builds life upon knowledge, wisdom, and mercy. The impossible design of proteins, the astonishing information encoded in DNA, all of these are not the works of blind chance, but the artistry of Al-Alim, the all-knowing, and Al-Musawwir, the fashioner who gives everything its perfect form. Listen to how Allah describes creation in the Qur'an. He is the originator of the heavens and the earth. When He decrees a matter, He only says to it, "Be," and it is. Al-Baqarah 117. Part 4. Conclusion. Seeing the artist. A painting points to a painter. A building points to an architect. A magnificent palace points to a king. Then what about this palace of the universe? Its exquisite artistry, its trillions of miraculous proteins, its DNA laden with infinite information. Do these not point to their artist, their architect, their sovereign? The theory of evolution survives not in the light of science, but in the shadow of materialist philosophy, a hypothesis long refuted by evidence. Instead of explaining life, it drowns it in randomness and strips it of meaning. Yet true science is the path to truth, and today the data of modern disciplines, biochemistry, genetics, and paleontology lead not to the dead end of chance, but to the existence of our Lord, the one who creates everything in perfect measure, who sees, who knows, and who possesses infinite wisdom. Thank you for watching us on the Signs of Creation channel. Continue to read the signs in the universe and to see the signs of the Creator. May Allah protect you.